So in this tutorial, we'll be learning about element sizing and scrolling. So these are the concepts that we are going to try to cover. We'll look at all of them in detail. So watch this video till the end to get the maximum knowledge. So let's go ahead. So first, I'll show you the HTML page that I've created here and show you as to what I've done to get this kind of a thing here. Okay. So we have a style tag here, which is selecting the div. So basically this whole thing is there in a div. So we have given a margin of 50, border, padding, overflow, auto, and width and height. So the width is 100 and the height is 300 pixels. Okay. And then if you see the body as such, you have the div here, which is having some arbitrary data. So it's a lot of data there. And if I just show you this part here, you can see that I'm scrolling like that. Okay. You have the scroll inside the div part. So now let's go ahead and look at what exactly all these things are. So I'm creating an element variable or an object, and I'm using document.querySelector, and I'm going to take in the div. So I'm going to find the div. So we have only one div, right, in the HTML. You see that. Let's do console.log, and then you'll get to know that basically. Yeah. So now you can actually see that you'll get the element here in the console tab, which is the div, the whole div basically. Okay. So let me go to the tab. So this is the only div that we have. Perfect. So let's look at the first property, which is element.offsetParent. All right. So here what this does is it finds the nearest element as such, which is nearby the whole thing. So the nearest element to this as of now is just the body tag, right? So we should be getting the full body tag here. So that's what we got. That's what offset.parent does. All right. I'm having this particular picture here. So this is going to be the margin or stuff like that for this element. And then this is going to be the border. So this was the border. It was in different color there, but it doesn't matter. And this is the padding, right? So which we have put here. So this is the box model basically. So this was the example of what we had actually produced on the screen there. So we'll be looking at all the properties in detail. So the first property is offset top. So offset top is basically the distance from the previous element. So whatever is the previous element to this element border. Okay. And then we have offset left, which is the distance from the border to the previous element. So here the previous element is just the body, right? And it can be anything. Then we have offset width and offset height. Offset width is basically from this end of this border to this part. Okay, so basically this much, and offset height is similarly this. So let's go and look at what are the values and how we can actually use them. So if I just console.dir element, if I do this, let's see what happens exactly. All right. So if you see that you get an object of the div. So here actually you have various properties which are created when the HTML is rendered on the browser. All right. So this is the object that is being created. So you can see client height, left, top, width, which we want to discuss. And then if you go down, actually you can see offset height, left. So these are the parameters there, right? And then you also have the scroll width and scroll height and stuff like that. If you go to the bottom, you can see that also. So these are the things which we're going to try out and look at it. Okay. So these are only read values. So you can't change the values directly by using this. You have to use margin and stuff like that. Okay. So let's look at offset top, what it gives here. So it's giving 50. All right. We look at offset left. Let's see what is the value of the offset left, 58. So this is basically the offset left. Okay. And then we have the offset height. So let's look at the offset height. It's going to be 380 here. Okay. And we have the offset width. I'm going to just show you these values here. So you have 230 here. Okay. So now if I want to change this property, I said they are only read properties, right? So if I try to change them, let's see what happens. Will it give an error or something? Let's look at that. So maybe I'll put in 220 px or something like that. Okay, it's already giving an error here. So it doesn't even kind of recognize it, huh? So if I just put in some strings and maybe see what happens, 20 px. Okay, if I do it this way, let's see as to what we'll get. Okay, it's not changing. See, nothing is happening as such. It didn't change here, it didn't change here also. Okay. So basically it's only a read property. Okay. So now we'll go and look at the client left, client top, and what are they exactly. So this is the client left and this is the client top, and this is the client width. Okay, so in case you have the scroll bar here, okay, so the client width is not going to include the scroll bar. So say you had the scroll bar here, okay, the client width will be from here to here without including the scroll bar. And we have the client height, similar manner, so you can have the scroll bar down also, right? So similarly you do that. So now let's go back and check out all these values. I'll comment all of this and then I'll quickly type out all of them, and then you can see it directly. Okay, and I'm going to do it simultaneously, so that's one nice thing which we can do here. So console.log, we'll open the brackets, we'll do lm dot, so all these things will be same, right, for all of them. Okay, so let's see the values of all of these. Okay, so you can see that the client left or this border as such is 20, which is true, right? And the client width and client height are given here, 173 and 340. They may be useful in some ways where you actually want to check the width and height to see the responsiveness of the whole site. It may be useful in some cases. All right, so now let's go back to the slides and look at the scrolling part, which is even more important. So here we have the scroll height. So the scroll height starts from this part, that is from here, and ends at the end of the text. Okay, so that's what is the scroll height. And we have the scroll top. So this is the scroll top basically. So from this part till the starting of the border. Okay, so that's what is the scroll top. In the similar manner, we have even scroll width and scroll left. All right, I'm going to comment it out, and then I'll again type it out for you, and then you guys can see it. Okay, so now you can actually see that. So you will see that the scroll top and scroll left have actually come 0 because we have not yet added that feature. But the scroll width and the scroll height, you got some value. All right, so I'll do plus equal to 10, so that should help out, right? Yeah, so let's see what happens now. So you can see that actually it went a bit up comparatively. So if I do something like maybe 100, you will kind of see the difference here. So it went up. But there are 2-3 more things which I want to actually show you guys now. You can do lm dot style. So there is one style which you can actually access, which is called overflow. So overflow equal to, you make it hidden. So you use the word hidden here, and then you will be able to do that. Okay, so if you actually see here, we have used auto. Okay, so in the HTML already. So now this is going to not going to work basically. So it's not going to scroll. So that's one thing which I wanted to show you. So I'm just going to comment it out, and then I want to show you one more thing, which is let me just do console.log. So this is one nice function. Okay, say you want to get all the coordinates of that particular element, so you can use this function called element.getBounding client rect. I think, yeah, I think that should work. So this is the function. It's a big one. So if you can remember it, fine. Otherwise, note it down somewhere, or you can come back to this video. It's always there for you. So you got back the scrolling thing also here. So let me just make it full screen and then show it to you. You got some DOM rect. So basically you got a object here which has bottom, height, left, right, top, width, x, y, and some proto, whatever. So if I just actually see that, see, this is what you have. Okay, so and you have some functions also. So one of the constructor is basically, it's a class. Okay, so the constructor is DOM rect, and then you have some functions here. So you have set height, set width, get width, set width. Okay, so maybe you can even see through these functions also. So what are the arguments you have to put in? See here. So just go through this. I'm going to leave it as a homework to you, or try it out on your own, and whatever you find from this which are interesting, put it in the comments so that other people also can learn from it. So that's it for this part 1, guys, and I want you to watch the video in the part 2 if you like my teaching. So you go ahead, it's going to be about events. So the video is there right on the screen right now. So you have the playlist also, and you have the video also. So go ahead, click on that. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Okay guys, bye bye. Please like the video if you like my content.